The Wyoming sun didn't shine that day. It burned. The kind of heat that made the sky hum and the ground split open like dry bone. Out across that endless land came a woman who looked like the desert itself had tried to swallow her whole. Her name was Ellie Dawson, 26 years old, and she'd been running since dawn. Her dress hung in tatters, dust caked her skin, and her bare feet left faint trails of blood in the sand. Somewhere behind her, a voice had faded into the wind, a man's voice calling her property. She didn't look back. She couldn't. When she finally crested a ridge, she saw it, a small ranch house standing stubborn against the emptiness. A thin trail of smoke rose from its chimney, a sign of life. Her throat was raw, her lips cracked, but she started down that hill anyway, half walking, half falling, until her hands clutched the fence post. Then her knees gave out. A door creaked open. A man stepped onto the porch, broad-shouldered, weathered hat, lines carved deep into a face that had seen too many summers. Bo Callahan, 48, a rancher with a quiet manner and the eyes of someone who'd buried more friends than he cared to count. He rested one hand near the doorframe where a rifle leaned. His gaze fell on the woman collapsed in the dust, barefoot, torn dress, wild eyes full of fear and hunger. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then Ellie tried. Please, her voice cracked like dry wood. I just need a place. I can work. I'll earn it. Cook, clean, anything. Bo's jaw tightened. Who's after you? She shook her head weakly. Nobody now. He scanned the ridge, an old habit that had kept him alive more than once. You got anyone with you? No one, she whispered. Not anymore. Her fingers trembled as she reached for her torn dress, lifting the hem just enough to show a deep gash across her thigh, crusted with dirt. I'll take it off, just fix me up and give me a job. Her knees buckled, and she hit the porch hard. Bo didn't move at first. Women didn't just wander onto a man's land out here. Trouble usually rode behind them. But when he saw the blood, the blisters, the dirt ground into her skin, he saw something else, survival, not deception. He stepped forward, slid an arm beneath her shoulders, and lifted her as if she weighed nothing. Easy, he said quietly. You're safe enough for now. He carried her inside, setting her in a wooden chair by the fire. The cabin smelled of wood smoke and coffee. Simple, but clean. Bo fetched a basin, poured water, tore a strip from an old flour sack, and knelt beside her. When the cold water hit her leg, Ellie winced, biting her lip. Bo spoke without looking up. You can tell me what happened when you've got breath to spare. Till then, try not to bleed on my floor. A ghost of a smile flickered across her cracked lips. I'll try not to. He nodded. Good. Food'll come when you can sit straight. After that, we'll see what you're good for. She tried to thank him, but no sound came. Only tears, silent, hot, uninvited, slipped down her cheeks. For the first time in days, maybe weeks, she wasn't running. Outside, the wind carried only silence, the kind that didn't care if you lived or died. Inside, a stranger had knocked on death's door, and a cowboy had chosen to open it. When Ellie woke later, she was lying on a couch near the window. Her leg was wrapped, and the smell of coffee hung in the air. Bo sat across the room, cleaning his rifle in slow, steady motions. You're awake, he said. She nodded, her voice still rough. Why'd you help me? He shrugged. Guess it's still my land. Don't like people dying on it. He poured water into a tin cup and handed it to her. Drink. Then tell me, anyone coming after you? Ellie hesitated. The memories were sharp as broken glass. He's not coming back, she whispered. Bo's eyes narrowed. You sure? He stepped outside, scanning the ridge again. Old habits die hard. When he came back in, his expression had softened just a little. You can stay till you heal, he said. After that, we'll see. Ellie nodded. I'll work. I mean it. Bo almost smiled. You'll need to. This land eats lazy people alive. A small noise came from the hallway. A boy, maybe 7 years old, peeked around the corner, barefoot, dark hair, a wooden horse clutched tight in his hands. Tommy, Bo said. Say hi. The boy didn't. Just stared. It's all right, Ellie said softly. You're safe. Tommy stayed silent. Bo sighed. Kids out here learn quick not to trust strangers. He'll warm up eventually. Ellie smiled faintly. He's got your eyes. That's what his mother used to say, Bo murmured, and that ended the talk right there. That night, Ellie tried to help with supper, but her leg protested every step. I can help, she insisted. Bo didn't look up. You can help by staying on your feet. That's plenty. There was something almost kind beneath his rough tone. It made her want to prove she was more than trouble. By sunset, Bo stepped onto the porch again. The land stretched wide and golden. He'd learned something about the woman inside, scared, yes, but not broken. And that counted for a lot. He didn't know it yet, but by letting her stay, he'd just invited a storm into his quiet life. The next morning dawned too still. Bo worked by the barn, fixing a hinge, while Ellie fed the chickens with Tommy trailing behind her. The boy laughed, chasing a hen in circles, his laughter ringing out like music. Ellie smiled, it was the first time she'd seen him laugh like that. Then Tommy tugged her sleeve. There's dust, he said, pointing to the far ridge. Ellie squinted. A single rider was coming, slow but steady, through the shimmer of heat. Her heart dropped. She knew that shape. That hat. That slouch in the saddle. Bo saw it too. He straightened, wiping his hands. Take Tommy inside, he said quietly. Ellie's breath hitched. He'll kill you if you stand in his way. Bo gave a dry, hard smile. Then I guess I'll stand real firm. The rider pulled up at the fence, dust swirling around his horse. His face was rough, eyes mean. The kind of man who'd been alone too long. Well, the drifter rasped. You took what's mine, rancher. She ain't yours, Bo said evenly. And you best start riding the other way before this turns ugly. The man spat. You gonna shoot me? Bo's glance flicked toward the house. Got a boy inside. Gun stays where it is. But I got 2 hands. That's enough. Ellie's voice rang from the porch. I'll tell the sheriff what you did. The man flinched, fear breaking through the anger for just a second. Then the storm broke. He swung first. Bo ducked, drove a fist into his gut. The sound cracked through the yard. The horse reared, dust flew. Ellie screamed as Bo slammed the man against the fence. Listen close, Bo said, voice low but deadly clear. You come back here again, I'll take you to the sheriff myself. Out here, they hang men for what you did. You understand? The drifter spat blood and staggered back. You'll regret this. Maybe, Bo said. But not today. The man climbed onto his horse and rode off, the sound of hooves fading into the distance. Silence fell again, sharp, heavy. Ellie leaned against the porch rail, trembling. Bo looked at her. You all right? She nodded, though she wasn't. He won't come back, Bo said quietly. Not unless he's looking to die. Tommy peeked from the window, small face pale but curious. For the first time, his eyes held something like respect. That night, Bo sat on the porch, staring into the dusk. He didn't know it yet, but that fight had changed everything. The house wasn't just a shelter anymore. It was a promise, a line drawn in the dust. The next days passed easy. Ellie found her rhythm, up before sunrise, stove going, lunches packed, helping Tommy read by lamplight. Her voice filled the cabin in a way Bo hadn't heard since before the fever took his wife. It wasn't love. Not yet. But it was something close: trust, steadiness. A reason to stop counting the empty chairs at supper. One evening, as the sky softened to gold, Ellie helped him mend a fence by the garden. "You ever think about leaving this place?" she asked. Bo smiled faintly. "Used to. Now I just think about who I'd be if I did." Ellie nodded. "Funny thing. I ran for so long, I forgot what standing still felt like." He looked at her, eyes softer than she'd ever seen. "Maybe running's what got you here." That night, they sat together on the porch, the crickets singing, the air full of wood smoke and peace. Sometimes a home isn't something you find. It's something that lets you stay when you've got nowhere left to go. Maybe that's what this story's really about, not heroes or outlaws, but people who choose to stay when leaving might be easier. So before you go anywhere, take a sip of that coffee, lean back, and tell me. Have you ever found a place that made you stop running? If this story reached you, hit that subscribe button, friend. Out here on the frontier, even a story can make the world feel a little less lonely.